Hi everyone, Armine Bazikyan. This month we wanted to tell you about the 4 things that you absolutely must include in a will if you're drafting a will. So these are the 4 items that you should definitely make sure that your will has. If they don't, if your will doesn't have these 4 items, I would caution you and ask you to go see an attorney. Now in California, where I'm licensed and barred as a specialization attorney, as a specialist in the estate planning field, these are 4 items that I absolutely make sure that every single one of the wills I draft includes. However, I do want to make a little preface here that in California, like we've mentioned in previous videos, we don't normally distribute through wills, and we don't recommend for you to have a straight will because a will gets probated. We do recommend you consult with an attorney about creating an actual revocable trust instead, because it bypasses probate, and we'll link kind of some of the videos that we have talking about those topics here. But today, we wanted to tell you about the 4 things you absolutely must make sure that your will has if you are going to go the route of creating a will. So we're going to start off with the people that are in charge. You have to make sure that if you're going to do a will, your will actually names an executor, a person that's going to come after you to execute on your wishes. That's what an executor does. So this person would actually read through your will, go through the courts, and actually do what it says. So you have to make sure that your will includes an executor and preferably a backup executor. Some successors, maybe 2 or 3 of them, just to be sure that you have enough of a lineup of people in case one cannot serve, the others will serve for you. Number 2, if you have minor children, please, absolutely, you must include guardianship nominations. So who's going to take care of your kids if you're passed away? Who's going to be their day-to-day caregiver? Make sure that you've named guardians for your minor children. That's one of the items that I see missing in parents' trust wills all the time, and I can't tell you how important that is. In California, the guardianship nominations are found in the will of a person, even people who have trusts. Your guardianship nomination is in your will. Make sure that you have that information in there if you have minor children. Number 3, very important, you have to include information about distributions, who's getting what. You have to be detailed, and you have to make sure that a list of all your assets are there and who gets what, or at the very least, a general statement of who gets all of your assets so that there is a beneficiary in play. So you have to have a beneficiary in a will. Otherwise, what document is it anyway, right? And that brings me to number 4. One of the most important statements that the courts look for in a will is the actual statement that this is your will, right? So somewhere on this document, you have to include a statement that you intend this to be your will, and that anything else you've written in the past is to be ignored. And this is what you want people to follow, these instructions. This is your last will and testament. So a lot of times in wills, we'll see a statement that says, this is my last will and testament. And that's good enough. It's good enough that you have that one singular statement, and then you list out your executors, your guardians, the stuff you have, who you want it to go to, and how you want it to go to them. So those are kind of the 4 items that if you don't have in your will create some problems later on after your death. When we're in court, it'll create ambiguity, it'll create confusion, and it might actually lead a judge to kind of move forward with making decisions on your behalf and not necessarily following your directions. They might have to lean on the probate code section to tell them what to do because your will missed those bits of information. So make sure you include those 4 items when you're drafting a will. Of course, we recommend that you consult with an attorney and never draft things, legal documents in particular, on your own. Because again, in California, for example, a will is not the best way to go about providing an inheritance to loved ones. It's not the most efficient and the most cost-effective way of doing it. So be sure to consult with a licensed attorney. My name is Armine Bazikyan. I'm a certified specialist here in California, a certified specialist attorney. And we'd love to hear from you. We offer free consultations, so feel free to call our office. We service families all over California, and we'd also love to hear about any topics that you'd like us to do videos on in the comments below. So if you have a particular question, we'd love to film a video on it. So ask away in the comments down below. Thanks everyone, have a good one.